What is going on, everybody? Brandon Charleston here, coming at you with another video on all things AI automation so you can save time, build out any sort of workflows to make your business more efficient. So today we have gotten some news from OpenAI, and they have dropped some pretty awesome news as far as O1's concerned. I don't know if you saw their video, but all the way to the end, not to skip ahead, they came out with a pretty epic dad joke regarding reinforcement learning. I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to let you watch it, but it's definitely worth exploring here. So in this video, basically I'm going to go from my take on how I plan to use GPT-O1 Pro mode. I know as soon as they announced it, it's like, you know what, give it a shot, see if there's good use cases for it, right? Because a lot of the things, you never know what you could throw at it. And of course, in order to be on the cutting edge and actually leveraging the latest technology, it's worth trying out to see if it's a good benefit, right? And especially for what I do for the things with clients and AI agent build outs and things like that, it's definitely well worth doing the best of the best and really staying on top of it. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in. So if you go to OpenAI's website, we have 12 days of OpenAI. I have no idea what they're going to be releasing tomorrow and in the next 11 days, I should say. But I am pumped because any late innovations when it comes to AI, just like you, I'm sure you're getting more excited about things. So essentially they posted a recap video. It's hosted by YouTube. But this gentleman right here, I can't recall his name, amongst the team, they were talking about different tiers that they've released. So they essentially released O1, which in the previous days we had O1 preview. And so some of the things, especially for the higher thought or longer thought, I should say, the things that I've used O1 for is for thought-provoking, really, really thorough, long prompts in order for you to get a more effective and comprehensive output. And so to do things such as coding, it could work, but a lot of times you didn't want to sit there, for 20 to 30 seconds each and every time that you prompt it. And then, of course, if there's long prompts where you need to just get a quick, like, just give me the answer kind of thing. A lot of times, GPT-4o was a good use case for that. The other thing about O1 as well, which is obviously their flagship model, is it was not yet multimodal, meaning you can't, post images on it, you can't voice or have real-time voice, I should say. There's a lot of things that it was just more of a preview, right? However, O1 preview, even then, was still really good. Some of the things that I used was to actually prompt the prompt, right? And so when I mean prompt the prompt, you're essentially coming up with a prompt of however you want to use it, whether it's in Clay or it's using a smaller model. You're essentially using a bigger model to come up with a better prompt that's more thorough and stronger, so that way you can get the desired output. And so that's cool. This is great. They're releasing a Pro model, and then they're also, I'm not quite sure about the system card yet. This is something that's very all new, and so I'm diving in as we go. But I'm pretty excited about when it comes to GPT Pro. So with this, we're going to do just a quick prompt just to kind of see what it comes up with, and as far as the use case. And so with that, one of the things that I mentioned is coming up with a really good, thorough prompt. And in order to use it for platforms such as Clay, where we can actually input it and then go from there. Now, this is just going to be specifically for ChatGPT. I haven't prepared a Clay table for us to do it, but nonetheless, let's say, for example, you are wanting to use Claygent, which, if you're not familiar with Clay, it basically is like a Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel on steroids, where you can do a number of different integrations to leverage automation for sales enablement and prospecting, or really anything when it comes to having a list of prospects or companies. And so one of the common things that we use all the time is Claygent, where Claygent is effectively going to visit a website. It could do research on a number of different things, PDFs, things like that. And so its actual agentic abilities is to be able to understand, reason, analyze, and then actually do something, which is return information about a website. And so we're just going to do an example of a prompt, and we're going to see how O1 can respond. So this would be a typical prompt that I would put into a Claygen in order to better understand what a company offers, what their ICP is, who they sell to, things like that. And then we'll see what that looks like. So we'll just say, you are a sales development representative or business development representative working for your organization, period. You have done a ton of research on your prospects, and you will be providing, I'm going to correct this here, you will be researching this particular prospect, which is outlined below, period. Based on the data points provided, I need you to thoroughly look through the website and analyze what they do as a business, who they sell to, and who their typical ideal customer profile is. And I'm going to say ICP because it doesn't always know that. It could be talking about the band and a number of different things. And so from here, we're going to say, I need you to do the following in order. We're going to say 1. Here comes to 2 to the 3 to the 4. Anyway, that's a good song that I just recently listened to. All right, so my voice there is still going. All right, I need you to do the following in order. Visit the website and understand if the business is either B2B or B2C. B2B is business to business, and B2C is business to consumer. 2, all right. Analyze and output a summary of what the company does for their offer. Number 3. Analyze the website, comma, the industry that they live in, and what are some lip things here. My mouth is blah, and they live in, what industry they consider themselves a part of, I should say, and some of the common pain points that they may have, because this is going to be ideal if you're trying to reach out to them, right? And then from here, output the typical job titles and decision makers that would be able to make decisions about new software tools that will help them be more efficient, whatever your offer might be, right? And then we're going to say output these in a clear, concise, and easy to read manner so that I may be able to use this data in future enrichments. Something to that degree. And then from here, this is the prompt. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Shift Enter, and I'm going to say, I need you to strengthen and make this prompt stronger. The input below is a prompt that I have typed out that is intended to be used in a Clay table using the GPT-4o mini LLM. I need you to strengthen and make this prompt stronger so that the GPT-4o mini LLM does not hallucinate, does not give me any false positives, and does not give me any data that is not true and accurate. I want this prompt to be comprehensive and thorough. Let's see here. All right. And then we're going to say start input here. Prompt here. And then we're going to say inputs, variable inputs. And we're going to say company URL. We're going to say company variable inputs. So I'm just trying to templatize this company URL, and then we're going to do company name, and then we're going to say company name. That way I could just copy and paste it. End of prompt input. I need you to carefully analyze this and make it as strong as possible so it does not give me non-useful data. All right, let's see what that looks like. And so I am basically prompting the prompt, prompting the AI model to give me a stronger prompt. And then therefore, what I could use is this, the strongest and best model to date, which is today, could change tomorrow. And we're going to see what it gives me. Now, while this is working, some other things that you might also want to look into. Again, for me, it's, there's a lot of things. It's actually responding pretty quickly. That's pretty good. But as terms of coding and thinking from a deeper technical, so if let's say you have a work table or a table on Clay or any sort of just sales process that you're trying to think through, O1 is going to help you break through that and be able to probably give you some inspiring ideas that you can otherwise do. So this could be copy related, things like that. So we start of improved prompt. So look, you are acting as a sales development, and they even abbreviated this. This is good stuff. Who has performed extensive research. You analyze the company's website, produce highly accurate fact-based summary. Your output must be strictly rooted to the information. Do not rely on external sources or prior knowledge. Your tasks, okay? So it's outlining these things and also giving some specific, summarizing your own words. And then formatting. Present your final output in a clear, concise, use bullet points. So basically, do not include any data that cannot be confirmed by the website. Avoid vague language such as it seems or it might. So this really, this is a very easy use case for O1. Obviously, O1 is much more capable, and we're talking like PhD level work and such. And so think of it like this: like you have literally the smartest person in the room that you could ask any question, but they have no idea what you talk about or what role that you want to give them. Right? It's no different than if I were to ask any large language model. Just flat out, why is the sky blue, right? And so if I were to say just outright, why is the sky blue, you have no idea the output is going to give you. But I'll save you time here by not actually doing it. But as another example, if I were to say to any large language model, big, medium, small, whatever, if I said, you are a kindergarten teacher, your job is to be as creative as possible in relating to your kindergartners, and I need you to explain in that sense why the sky is blue. You can probably imagine what that output is going to be like, right? Now, if I were to say to GPT-01 or any other one like Claude, obviously, the race is strong, right? The fierce competition is strong, right? And so if I were to do the same thing and then I leveled up a little bit, and I said, you are a PhD at Harvard University professor, and your job is to, reduce ozone layers and explain the implications and the reason for why the sky is blue. You are also presenting a slide deck on how to make the sky purple or whatever. But you get my drift. You are giving it a role, and the response and the output is going to be vastly different than the previous two examples I mentioned. And so when you're using models such as O1, you got to ask yourself, well, is it worth $200 a month for GPT Pro? They are releasing GPT, or I should say O1. We have O1 Mini and O1, but I can assume that there's probably limitations to using it, whereas O1 Pro mode is unlimited. So obviously things change during the day or by the day, so I definitely refer to the maker themselves. All things said, is it worth $200 a month? Well, the biggest thing, in my opinion, when it comes to AI is experimentation. And so if you are in a profession where you use AI and you use it a lot, like myself, it's worth experimenting for sure. Because I asked myself, could I get this answer from another large language model and can I get the result, and then therefore do whatever task or output that you need to do? Sure. But could it be better? Always, in my opinion. Especially when working with large language models that are always being trained by the day. Again, this goes back to the Santa joke that this guy made. That's good stuff. And so you should drop a comment below or message me if you don't get it, and I can happily respond to that. But it's a very much niche dad joke, so that's good stuff. But anyway, I'll save you the rest of the time. I just appreciate you watching up to this point. So the big question is, like I said, should you get ChatGPT Pro? Well, if you're in a profession where you use AI models already, such as coding, deep research, AI automation like in Clay, where you can prompt the prompt and things like that, I would say why not? You know what I mean? Give it a month. It's not like they're asking for an annual rate or anything like that. Give it a month, give it hell. Even that we're in December, I mean, you never know. You might learn a thing or two, just like me, right? We're all in this together as far as experimenting with AI models and figuring out how to best use them in this world that we live in today. And then the other thing too is, if it's not a good use case, well then, hey, Claude might be releasing something. I'm sure they're cooking something. As long as same with like Cohere and the rest of them, right? And then here we are. OpenAI is claiming every day that they're going to drop a new feature and new things. So definitely looking forward to seeing what that looks like. Of course, I'll be posting more content as well. So shameless plug. But if you like, subscribe. Definitely expect more from me to give you my perception. You know what I mean? And my overall goal is just to give you, everyday dude use of AI models. Except just living in the space, I like to make sure it's put into the context that doesn't make you go cross-eyed, if that makes sense. So, anyway, again, thanks for watching up to this point, and enjoy the rest of your December day wherever you are in the world. Thank you.